Hello everyone, my name's Chris and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time coming around, I do a lot with motorcycles, soon to be boats, motocross bikes, and anyway, this is my 2023 BMW 1250 GSA that I just picked up yesterday. This is a bike that I've wanted for a long time. So the video you're about to see is when I initially picked it up from the dealership, which was yesterday. When I picked it up, of course, there's a lot going through my mind. Brand new bike, very different than the bike that I also have, which you can't really see. It's behind this one. I have a 2019 Street Glide. So two very, very different motorcycles. So there was a lot going through my mind. Also, I want to apologize in advance. You're going to hear a lot of wind noise on the Street Glide being behind the fairing. There's really not a lot of wind noise coming through, so I do have a windsock now to put on my microphone for future videos on this. So I just wanted to give you that little disclaimer and apologize for the wind noise. But you know, if you want to see a lot of awesome adventures on this BMW to come, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button, stick around, and enjoy the video.
There we go. I'm gonna film my first ride on the 23 GSA Trophy Edition 1250. Cool. All right. So we could go out that way. It's probably a little easier.
Slick. Sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. So here we go. I have never ridden a 1250 yet. This is my first experience. Gosh, you are so high up on this thing versus the Street Glide. So Matt's following me home. He gave me a ride over here to pick this thing up. Gosh, this bike is tall. Come on, traffic. Trying to find a hole big enough for both Matt and I. All right. Definitely need to adjust these mirrors because I can't see nothing. Oh. We got fully adjustable. Gosh, I always feel like I'm missing something when I'm first starting off, especially on something so different. Another thing that's going to be a lot different on this GSA is how much higher this thing actually revs than the Harley, and holy cow, these brakes work good. Gosh, these brakes are 1,000 times better than what's on the Harley. I think they're Brembos. Got a weird clutch feel. I might have to play around with the seat height, figure out what's best as far as wind and wind buffeting and all that. definitely going to take some getting used to. Also got to play around with all these controls. Holy cow, this thing has a lot. I can't get over how high up I feel. Again, you know, if this is your first time checking out my videos, I ride 2019 Harley-Davidson Street Glide, which I decided to keep, so I am going to have both of these bikes. And obviously, those two bikes cannot be further from each other. I never even test rode one of these bikes. I knew this has been on my radar for a long time. I have ridden the F800 BMW. That was the only BMW I've ever ridden. And I am really liking this. It's just so different. Man, these brakes. So I know this has like a shift assist where you can shift without the clutch. I gotta look into that. I don't know exactly how that works. I think he said any gear besides out of first. I don't know for sure. And I don't know if you have to be at a certain RPM range or what. I don't know. I've done a ton of research. I know all the options this thing has. I just don't exactly know how they work yet. The throttle is like ridiculously smooth. And these grips are like tiny. So weird riding without my music too. My Cena just died on me. Riding the Harley, I don't really ever use it because I don't really ride with anyone who has comms. So I've only used the Cena a handful of times, and I went to go charge it so that way I could have some tunes while I'm riding, which, you know, I don't really have any problem not having music being my first time riding this thing, but I personally really enjoy riding with music, so but get that warrantied up. Talked to Cena today. They were pretty cool about it. They gave me a claim number or claim ticket, so get that squared away. So if this is your first time tuning into this channel, I've talked many times how I've grown up riding dirt bikes, so this is definitely a more natural riding position for me. Also, the suspension, oh my gosh, that was my biggest gripe with the Harley. I really like the Street Glide. Street Glide is a great bike. It's a lot of fun, it's comfortable, but you know, it's a 900-pound machine and the suspension is just garbage. And I went ahead and I did, you know, legends up front, legends in the rear, and it helped, but still, this thing, what a world of difference just through the bumps. You know, I live in the Northeast. I'm currently in New York. Our roads are rough. I mean, this one's not too bad, but our roads are rough around here. Our winters are not easy on our roads. You know, so a bike with this style suspension is just way, way more comfortable. So that's probably my number one. Well, there's two big reasons why I wanted a GSA. Well, there's probably more than that. Let me go over them. So, the major factors of why I wanted a GSA on top of the Harley is the Harley. Yeah, I'll ride in the rain. If I'm taking a big trip, I'm going rain or shine. But if I'm home and it's raining, I'm not. I'm just not gonna. The bike's a pain in the butt to clean. It's black, so it looks like crap, and it's a Harley thing, man. You gotta keep them clean. Clean-ish. I ride my bike more than I clean it. You know, if there's salt on the road because it's cold out, it's winter, I'm not going to ride it. I'm just not. This bike I will. I bought this bike right from the get-go knowing that I am going to bring this bike off-road. I'm going to drop this bike. I am going to ride it. Like, this bike for sure will get way more miles than my Harley will. Second big reason, we just talked about the suspension. Suspension is definitely a must, like especially around here. And I don't want to be like right here. This road is great on the Harley, but any of the back roads suck. So this is definitely going to be my off the beaten path. You know, I'll wait till I get some knobbies on this thing before I do some really gnarly stuff. But dirt roads, rough roads, all about it. All about it with this thing. Last year I took a trip up to Lubeck, Maine, which is really way out there, and even the main roads going there are rough, and the suspension on that Harley sucked. I love the heated grips. I love the upright position. So I would say those are the really big reasons why I wanted this bike, because it could do all of those things. And this bike really doubles as an excellent sport touring bike. You know, it'll be fun in the twisties. You don't even have to go off-road. It's still going to be awesome for sport touring. So, very, very happy. Really can't wait to get a ton of miles on this thing. It was so cool to buy this with like nothing on it. I bought my Street Glide used 2019. I bought it with like 3,200 miles. So it's going to be so cool to see what I put on this thing. Very excited. So I'll shut up now and just I'll let you enjoy the view, which includes getting splattered by bugs. And we'll talk more about the bike later.